All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys towards the end of this video that we've been talking about over at the Patreon that you don't want to miss. You definitely want to have this one on your watch list. And stay tuned till the end as well, because we have the tweet of the day where we're going to discuss some investment perspectives and principles that you want to know to become a better and much more profitable investor based off of the tweets that I post daily and also how I think as an investor. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a little bit more about my perspective and knowledge daily now. So that's going to be a new thing. I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So we're going to talk about the tweet of the day and the ticker symbol to add to your watch list. So here we are, Zomedica Corp. Zomedica Corp has been running up and building some momentum, and I could just see that same anticipation that started at $1. It's taking off now, but not as fast, not just as fast. This is a much slower run, but we're having that type of excitement going into Zomedica's month, biggest month that everyone's waiting for, which is the launch of Truforma. Now, for those of you that don't know what Truforma is, it's the medical device that they're going to launch on March 30th. This is a big deal for this company because it's an innovation and it's going to be an outlet or an avenue for this stock to start building revenue. And I wasn't trying to go ahead and rhyme there, but it just happened that way. And this revenue can then turn into profit. So there's a lot of potential here for this stock to open their doors to new opportunities and expansion. So March 30th is a big deal. This is a big month for Zomedica, and it certainly is pushing upwards with the volatility, obviously, of the market, the ups and downs, but so much potential here. So here we are. The 50-day moving average is 206. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and it can continue to hit more into bearish territory. So I do want every single investor to be aware of that. But right now, the support level is very important, and the 50-day moving average are just as important because there's such a small window. But if they both get broken through, your next support level would be down here at 202. I do want every single investor and viewer to have that number in mind just in case. But right now, 206 is the 50-day moving average, and our support is 207. If that gets broken through, like I said, these are both just as important, and we need to watch them carefully and see how the stock is reacting, if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Now, the highest point reached in the day was up here at 225. That's definitely a point that the bulls want to break through to reach newer highs and newer resistance levels, and we're currently sitting at 213. But the resistance level that they need to break through, the bulls, to continue this momentum before getting to 225 is 219. They need to turn that into a support and pull upwards to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned to the end because we have the tweet of the day to go ahead and listen to. I hope you guys learned something new or gain a new perspective from the information I'm about to share, and the ticker symbol to add to your watch list. And you definitely want to have this one if you don't already. For everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is definitely one you want to add to your watch list because we've been talking about it as it was going down back in February 21st over at the Patreon. So we're going to look at that in just a moment. But let's talk about the tweet of the day. And the tweet of the day is, when you know and understand the stock you are invested in, nothing can stop you from holding or buying more. Selling isn't an option. Does anyone have a stock in their portfolio that gives them this conviction? So I want to start off by saying thank you. And it was a very bold statement from every single investor that commented on this post. I really appreciate you guys stepping forward, sharing those stocks that give you this conviction based off your portfolio. And that means a lot. and it shows that you guys are on the right track to becoming much more of an investor that maximizes profits and minimizes losses. So I look forward to more investors engaging in these type of tweets that I will be posting daily. And also, I want every single investor and viewer that is watching to be aware that this is a very important part of an investor's life and lifestyle and building a portfolio. You need to have at least minimum one stock that gives you this conviction. Then nothing can stop you from holding it and buying more. Now, you obviously want to understand the stock and the company, but you need at least minimum one. Now, if you want to build a strong portfolio, you need to have at least 3 to 5. That's just something that I've seen work, and that's just something that I'm stating as a general perspective. But if you can do more than that, that's even better. If you do less than that, that's fine as well. But you just want to make sure that you're able to diversify just a bit and also find those stocks that give you that conviction that selling is not an option, because long-term investing has proven to be much more profitable, even though it's a slower process, than day trading and swing trading. Nothing against day trading and swing trading. Very effective trading strategies. I use them as well. But you always want to have a portfolio that you can always look at and say, no matter how red I am in this area, this stock is pretty stable or slightly red, but I see the days of it turning green ahead of time, right? That it's coming in the days ahead, or usually they stay green for you and the rest of your portfolio is sometimes a little bit rocky. So if anyone can go ahead and agree with me with that statement, you're more than welcome to. In the comments down below, I would love to see your guys' thoughts, but this is a very true statement, and I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of it. You need at least one stock minimum to give you this conviction. And then you also want 3 to 5 if you're trying to build a strong portfolio. So what's the stock to add to your watch list? Well, it's GNOG, Golden Nugget Online Gaming. So we talked about this one since February 21st over at the Patreon, and this is what I had stated. What attracted me most to these stocks? One of them was GNUG, and I posted it here with the graph, and you can see what price it was at. And the 21st of February was actually on the weekend. I talked about it for the first time on the 20th, and then on the 21st, I gave a full description on what is attracting me to this stock specifically at this week and at this time. So it had been in a downward spiral. It's close to becoming oversold. Now this could continue downwards. I stated that because we're nowhere near oversold. There was still room there, and the MACD was showing room to continue downwards or end up in sideways movement, which can be an opportunity to watch closely. GNUG is in a sector with potential in the upcoming months and even years. That is why this one is definitely one to add to your watch list. This was the time to watch this stock. And every single stock, as it's going downwards, it's the time to watch the stock and understand it. So let's go ahead and go over here to the 30-minute and see where it was at on February 21st. Well, we went ahead and caught it right at this point when we were talking about it. It was sitting around here. The 22nd, it started to go downwards. We were watching it, and this is the 30-minute time frame. But when we go over to the 1 day, which is the same chart that I was using, we could see that the oversold was almost there. We were really close to it. The 22nd, it had finally touched it, right? It was sitting right here on that picture. It touched it. It broke through it. And the 23rd turned out to be the lowest that we've seen this stock hit. And it hit a low here of $13, bounced back, touched it again. And from that point forward, it's taken off, right? I'm not saying it's going to take off to oversold and that it can't come right back down to this area, but it's been pulling upwards. So it hit its low. It was fighting in the $14, $15 range, and it started to run up, and it hit a peak here of $16.76, sitting at $16.18, and it certainly continued that downward trend as I stated. But when you also look at it, we're now back to a slight sideways movement since the day I talked about it as it was going downwards. Now this stock has shown its potential, right? All the way up here in the 20s and probably even higher in the past. and it's been pulling downwards. It hit a bottom, and the oversold section was touched, and since then it's been pulling upwards. Now the volatility of the market with the ups and downs is bound to happen and be normal, but in the last week a lot of great things have been happening for GNUG when it comes to expansion and also getting into more states and stuff. And this sector overall has so much room for growth. So it is definitely one to watch carefully. We want to see if this pulls right back down to $14, $15 range, or will it consolidate here before the next catalyst? I mean, there are definitely a lot of reasons why to watch this closely, but we do know its lowest point was $13.40. And even if it breaks through that, I mean, this still has a lot of potential, and we'll have to watch it even closer. But for right now, it's shown strength, and it's brought itself up to newer levels, back to that sideways movement effect. And if it can consolidate here, and all it takes is another catalyst to hit newer highs, I mean, this was the best time to watch this carefully to understand that the strength is there, the consolidation, and now we're going to newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.